Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, everybody. I have a very pleasant fellow on the show today, Vicente Rosales. It's a pleasure, bro. Hey, it's a real pleasure to have you on, and we're gonna probably touch a bunch of different topics, or really also focus on something that you would like to talk about. This platform is I'd like to think about it as an open mic in a sense. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
For foods that can bring a big word. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Beautiful. So this episode
Yes.
is sponsored by This Food, 7 Lessons for Burros and Bag Chasers. It's a book written by foods for foods. So that's the advertisement for the day. But Vicente, man, thank you for showing up, bro. I've seen that you're really into a variety of different topics, which kind of leads me to think about like the pyramids as well. You know, who do you think built those? If you've ever given it any thought.
I do like to strike down alien like talk because of the simple fact that white people, they like with Atlantis, like ain't nobody ever found Atlantis before. Ain't nobody ever found Atlantis before, but apparently all the pyramids were made by aliens. Like I'll dismiss that idea real quick because we see who they use as try to paint the picture of aliens now. So it's a very derogatory term, and I don't like to think about aliens like that. Because then fuck it, the world's flat. Let me start saying dumb shit too. You feel me? Fuck it, we're on the back of a turtle. Oh, we got these pictures. That's cute. Send me up there. Like I want to see it. Like I definitely I definitely like to just like not go too far, unless I'm bullshitting. You feel me? Like just to keep it 1,000 with you because it's a lot of bullshit. It's a whole lot of bullshit, and like these people that are pushing the narratives are bullshit guys, and that's why I'm happy I'm talking to a fool like you at the end of the day, because if they want to act the fool, I'm gonna act the fool, and it's all about being a fool at the end of the day, and whether you're just gonna like be with it or not, and I'm with it, I definitely enjoy it. So if we could talk about space, I could go like crazy on it. But like when it comes down to the pyramids or like ancient technology or ancient locations, like I definitely got to put like a lot of just like respect towards them, just because that's something that is not given right now, and that's why I'm happy to be here, on a podcast and to be, publicizing our narratives, and to be putting our perspectives out there, and to be speaking in our like languages, because they're languages of power, when you use words, and like sending power that way is the same language, there's really, there's that symmetry within it, where it's like, hey, like I know, we're not speaking the same words, but we're on the same page, and I definitely would like to pump the ancient stuff better, because at the end of the day, like I do believe that's coming back, and I do believe that it is here, and that is what's connecting us. At the end of the day, like this is all, this is all like Silicon Valley, with the fiber optic cables and just that whole, like hardware. Because I'm more of a real world person. So for me, that's why like it's about my space, and that's the most important thing to me, because like through me being able to control my space, I'm really able to tap into the universe, and that order and chaos that the world um, it strives off. That's the thing that really takes us to the next level, and that's why I brought up Jay Webb, because that's really something that's going to enable us to view a different beauty, and it's about like that kaleidoscope in life, like having those type of images like broadcasted to you, because every day we see it with these Fibonacci sequences. You know, when you look at the flowers, you know, they grow, they die when you're doing this and when you're doing that. But like to see the beauty of a birth of a star, like that's next level.
Yeah, bro. And the way that you worded it was so wonderful, right? As everything on the outside is a creation from within. And like that's the simplified version, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you truly kind of like encompassing that energy of the universe from within. I think that is what should be a message that is more highly publicized, you know? And, you know, I'm grateful that that's exactly how you feel, because like you said, I mean, this conversation in part is happening due to the fact that some of these frequencies, right, in the universe just kind of like we're bouncing off of walls, and eventually it's just like, you know, and you know, and here we are. And you were talking about how like some of that ancient knowledge is back, and I also agree. You know, in just like recognizing certain characters and seeing like their spoken word and seeing what is being created and seeing like what's being pushed. I just recognize it. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't tell factually, like yeah, for a fact, but I can feel a certain sense. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
and in that sense, like I think sometimes I can lose somebody, you know, where I'm trying to like explain to you a feeling. Like, how do you explain a feeling when it's not so much rooted in like a mathematical equation? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And that's a dance of life. You know, it's more the theatrics, you know, the individualism, the need to not be understood also. You know, it is something that if you try to explain to somebody else, just because the level that you're at is just going to be so much higher, that's why you're losing that person. It doesn't matter to what degree you present it, it's still going to confuse them.
Because they're not there.
So,
The capacity is not there yet, or ever,
and
right?
however, that is why I say do it in your art. You know, do it in the dance, like that way. It's something where you're like you're showing them how you're flowing with the sequence. You know, and it is deaf and dumb as they might be. You know, they're still going to see it. That's why everybody's blessed in this world, because you cannot escape the sequence. You cannot. It's everywhere. How are you not going to see life? You know, how are you not going to see that? If you're in Shanghai right now, free yacht, I'll drink to that.
And even they're dancing with the sequence, you know,
Oh yeah,
to whatever degree their awareness you know, creates a scenario before them. uh
yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. I feel that like once we see that star, that those people are really going to be able to find liberation, and there's going to be a huge change on that side of the world, because this is the end of communism. This it's that's it. There's no more regimes. You know, like how many people has communism killed? You know, at the end of the day, like it's very self-destructive, and that it's over, dude. Like Russia, China, like America is gonna, you know, we're already everywhere. You know, and it's not really like a Democrat or Republican thing. I'm just for the freedom part, and that's something those guys are missing, and that's something that they wish they had, and that's something that I got, and that's something that I know that they want. You know, it's being human. You know, it's only natural. Like, you know, I don't think I'm doing any like, you know, like forced things to get my outcome. It's more just me not being suppressed. You know, me unlocking myself to get to my levels is the same way that those people, they're being trapped inside right now, and it's really bad, and it's happening at a large scale. And I just feel, those like symmetries, which is good for those people because they need to be able to flourish in life, and the type of government that they're under currently, like it just doesn't, it just doesn't allow that.
Yeah, so you said that communism is coming to an end.
Yes.
That obviously leaves like capitalism with like a solid W right across the board.
Yes.
But I also think that like any system, they eventually crumbles, right? And sometimes from within and sometimes from exterior, factors or forces.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So have you ever given thought, perhaps, and this is probably a little bit more beyond a little bit of the realism, but still tied to it, obviously. Like, have you ever thought about what would be a better system? Or do you think that capitalism is the perfect or closer to perfect than it would be better to change?
I believe that I believe ownership is important. I believe ownership of self and self-expression is important. I believe in the book, The Science of Getting Rich, and I believe in God. And for that reason, I believe in abundance. And for any God-loving man to be able to be on earth and not speak of abundance is an issue. And I find something really wrong with that. And if you don't see a world of abundance, you don't believe in God, bro. Like at the end of the day, and that's something that's not pushed out there, and that's something that's not talked about. But there is not one thing that I've ever like sat down and just like prayed for and not gotten, bro. Like there's not one thing that the good word talks about, and it doesn't have a it doesn't have like it doesn't have limit. It's abundant. It's on a it's of course that order and chaos part to it. But those are seasons. And you got to respect it, and you got to respect the cosmic way that things happen. But at the end of the day, the amount of abundance in the world is just something that has to be understood. It's like, for instance, just to put it on something that's a little more scientific, there's just, yeah, there's just numbers, man, and I really just got to push abundance, and if yeah, yeah, people, happiness is a lot less like, and also, let me just throw this out there just to not sound like a scumbag. Capitalism, we haven't even fucking looked at what capitalism is yet. Like in reality, you might as well call this Great Britain. Like this shit was like, it's like, first of all, we barely stopped, like the US stopped segregation how long ago? Like not even a fucking generation ago. Those people are still alive. Once they stopped segregation, they destroyed our entire economy the way we built it, and we were running strong then. So from, look at the years of us in success and in financials. It's very short and it's very fast. Like, this is why I'm very like positive, and I have a lot of energy, because like you really cannot one up this fucking guy right here, because we're winning, bro. Like, we're winning in every aspect, in every way. You want to talk about the future. We just finished having like the most people of color graduate from colleges and universities. Like, white people ain't around to fuck shit up like that no more. They're definitely finding themselves, which is good. They need to go through that whole trip, but we've been there, like, and we've been winning, and that's why I just like painting that positive image, because I like to be happy. I'm a very happy person. And I'm always
You know,
having a good time.
I really
So
appreciate that
yeah.
positivity or the optimism. It's something that's definitely like more needed out
Mhm,
and about. Um,
mhm.
but the idea of abundance, right? All of those things are very key in the pursuit of happiness. And I want to support that, because I'm there.
Yeah.
for the majority of the time. Of course, there's, you know, there's a lot of teeter-tottering sometimes, you know, el sub y baja, you know, where you're constantly
Mhm.
where there's like forces where you feel great and then you don't, but that's okay, you know, like just don't linger too much on um certain situations, you know. But you know, that's a whole different case. um Bro, I know that you also look into a lot of crypto. um when did you first start researching it, and why?
So I'm more into business. I really I don't want to give like too much cadence to crypto because of the simple fact that, you know, I'm still trying to understand how a company is supposed to be ran properly. Um, and I think that a lot of people are jumping the gun when they talk about crypto because it's like, you know, like it's what's a company supposed to be ran like, you know, like what is the what are the financials, what are the Q4s, what are the, you know, like the ins and outs of it, you know. And I definitely am more on that part. I got to give a huge shout out to the white papers though. I like white papers, you know. That's where I'll start that conversation at, because like I said, you know, it's like, you know, talking about, you know, I like stocks more, you know, that way I can sleep at night, bro, straight up. And then I'm not too I'm not too computer savvy either. So like I do I like I got an office right here. If anybody wants to drop a motherfucking miner in here, holler at me. I'm down with it. Don't worry about the energy. I got that. I just need to see that shit like happen, you know, like tap in. That's real. Really the point that I'm trying to push on the crypto stuff, because like I really like I said, I'm more of a real world guy. So like, you know, when I think about it, like I laugh at it because like I'll just get a quantum computer, dog, and knock all that shit out. Like at the end of the day. So you know, it's more of a fundamental understanding of like business and how things are supposed to be functioning, and of a I just finished getting this book, a second level thought process, I believe it's called. You know, like getting that a lot sharper. Mhm. But I did want to hit on the one point you were saying, like about ups and downs. I definitely would like to say that that's a problem that we have right now, and it's I feel something that could be like solved a lot better through better community building.
Mm.
And I think that that's something that um, you know, the white man's world of fucking capitalism, you know, how they keep destroying every time you try, you know, every time they're like, hey, you know what, we're gonna change it to this, you know, oh, we're gonna change it to this, we're gonna change it to that, and we're barely getting on our feet and making things good, and then boom, you know, they try to trip us. So if we go good, like those communities are going to get a lot stronger. You know, those communities are going to get a lot bigger, and then that's where you have like that interdependence at where just everything's, you know, just flowing a lot better, because like we do have to like admit now that there does need to be just a large like connection, you know, because that's something that, excuse me, the world's just like straight away from it, and we're social beings, you know. Yeah, so
Have you been lucky and blessed enough to be able to find your community?
yeah, yeah, I just I step back. I step back, you know, because I felt the need to work on my setup, you know, because I I have a lot to bring to the table. I bring a lot to the table. I get a lot of things done. And the uh the uh the community is yeah, the community is something strong and something I definitely um need to expand, you know, and that's why I'm getting on these on these platforms, you know, and just like trying to reach out more, trying to be more social. I'm going to be focusing on like interdependence and and getting out there, because I'm a very like social creature, like, you know, point A, point B, like, hey, like, where you at, like, pull up type shit, you know. Like, yeah, so like all this like internet stuff to me is totally new. I, you know, I got a strong community, you know. I've known people for just like a long time, and you know, I'm always hanging out and doing cool stuff and going cool places. So it's really just about just pushing the narrative, because like I said, you know, I'm living like good over here, and I got good thoughts, and you know, like, this is what people want to hear, and this is what people need to see. And this is, I feel that, you know, there's a lot of good lessons and a lot of core principles that I do have and I do follow, that allow me to look forward to building a bigger community.
Yeah, so your community is just homies then, like just straight up homies.
Fools.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. No doubt.
Straight up.
No doubt. I found so many communities, bro. You know what I mean? Like, which you can't, I can't necessarily just say, well, I have one specific community. But I will say this, wherever you're trying to excel at or in or where, you got to have a community in that situation too. And the reason for that is because a team is so much stronger, right, than a single individual. And I love individual competition. You know, it's just me versus you. You know, this is which is why I'm such a fan of like jiu-jitsu, because that, again, you know, that prehistoric condition, you know, is within me as much as like my futuristic ability. You know what I'm saying? Like that beam of light is just like, it's reaching, you know, both sides simultaneously. But if I didn't have a community, say where I'm currently at in my life, then I probably would have burned out a lot sooner, right? Because you need somebody, man. Like, you really do need that shoulder to cry on. You know what I'm saying? And that's obviously like a, I'm stretching it, right? It's not always about crying. Sometimes I need a shoulder to laugh on. You know what I mean? But like, this feeling, bro, of like needing, like you said, being a social creature. You know, like we really were not meant to work in isolation. And I think of anything, that's one of my critiques of capitalism, is that it has always thrived on that seclusion.
What is bro? Capitalism, you haven't even had it yet. We haven't even had, well, there has not been no fair playing field, like real capitalism, bro, where there's no communism, because it's white people giving to other white people.
But you should define, I think you should define capitalism, so that like there's like a clear pathway.
It's already defined though. I don't know why everyone's like getting confused with it.
No. Like, well, I'm just asking you, just to put it out there, because maybe someone's listening and they don't understand.
Capitalism,
like
just the ownership. You know, ownership, just, you know, free market ownership, free market, right? Free market.
So for those that don't understand, you're saying no government involved, right?
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. What is government, bro? Taxes and all that, you know, really, you know, where they're just like taxes, regulation, all that. Like, I want government, like, yo, like, I'm gonna do this over here. If it's bothering you, get at me, you know, come talk to me. You know, let me know what's going on. Don't be, you know, come over here, bring big brother, because I believe in peace too. You know, like, I believe in doing things the right way. I believe that we need to find ourselves a better way in order to fit into the Fibonacci sequence, you know. And if you're not in the Fibonacci sequence, bro, you get whacked. That's how the universe works. Anything that steps out of line gets put in place. You know, it's something, like I said, just, you know, like, keep it simple, free market. If there's no free market, how do you get capitalism? You know, how do we how do we have free, like how is there, like, no, bro, it's socialism, it's fucking communism, like, call it what it is. Like, all of a sudden, you know, oh, prisons are locking everybody up, but then we have capitalism. Like, Bubba, this doesn't work that way. We're fucking winning over here. You know, we're winners. We could excel at any test they put in front of us, but they have a, it's not an open market, bro. You know, it's not. And that's what I'm like, yo, like, hit the brakes. You know, everybody got to hit that fucking brake, you know, because everybody has that different like idea of what it is. And it's like, bro, like, this is what's fucking it up. This is like, I definitely like community, the community-based organizations in Los Angeles. Shout out to y'all. Y'all know who I am. I've done a lot of community work before, and the community work that I've done before was very strong. And that's why, like, you know, plus 10 years out of the game, they still know who the fuck I am. And I would just go to the table and say that, and like, nobody knows what the fuck to say. And I'm just like, bro, like, keep it real, you know, like, if it's about doing all the shit and doing all that, like, you know, we could put plans together all day, but you know, they not ready for that heat. And that's why I've been chilling, you know. Salud.
Bro, I got a good question for you. How do humans self-govern without, you know, the operation of Big Brother?
And anything that steps out of the Fibonacci sequence gets trapped.
Would you be able to elaborate on like the Fibonacci system,
It-
what it is, and how it keeps people in sequence or out of sequence?
you know, I got faith in God, bro. I'm definitely, like I said earlier, like, not one of those like mathematician people to be able to like do that whole like TED Talk presentation on it. But I have watched a TED Talk presentation on it. You know, I'm definitely one of those views on that video, and like, just understanding that gives me the ability to feel comfortable being like, yo, bro, like, if you know, you know, if you don't, you don't. Like, you know, like, keep it 100. Like, everybody's saying one thing about capitalism, but then it's like, yo, like, is there even really fucking capitalism in existence? It's like, no. You know, okay, so since no, it's not capitalism, that's the problem. Because if everybody want to be all money in, Nipsey hustle this, Nipsey hustle that, I need fucking I need ownership. But then it's like, Bubba, what the fuck is, you know, like everybody want to talk about crypto, but they don't understand shit about stocks. You feel me? And then it's like, yo, you know, so what are we investing in? Or, you know, okay, so you read a white paper and you want to be an investor, and like, you feel me? Like that shit is just wild to me. That's beyond me. That's why I like my space, you know, because I be in my own world. But like, the shit that I be on, like, I do have an understanding of it. And like, I don't mind like jumping into these new spaces and just being like, yo, I'm learning, you know, because like I am learning also. So I'm not up for not, like, you know, questioning my thoughts. You know, I gotta question my thoughts, and I do want to push people's thoughts to the limits also on things that I find that are just like really like crazy. It's like, yo, like, you know, like fuck, you know, like, what is capitalism? You get me? Like, everyone wants to bash on capitalism, but I'm like, bro, we're not even there yet. Like, you know, we're not.
How far are we?
We're close. We're very close. We're extremely close. We're J-Web close. Once we see that star, it changes everything, bro. It's a kaleidoscope. Like, if you ever read the book Becoming Supernatural, shout out to Big Sean. He pumps like that book up. You want to talk about numbers, and you want to talk about like a scientific method to the things that I'm speaking of, just check out that book. White Boy Does It All. You know, I definitely gotta like trash on that book a little bit. And you know, the white boys also, you know, chin check, what's up, you know, I be like, da, 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 you know, because it is what it is, you know, like they say it in their way, and they gotta like try to, you know, to talk to it, to, you know, to speak to the people of Harvard or to Yale or to, you know, all these like prestigious schools. Sending me my honorary degree, both of those schools, for shouting them out. I need it. But like for real though, it's not something to just like I want to say difficult, you know, because they do attempt to make things a lot harder than they are, and that's because they're doing the things wrong in the first place.
Good. So, I don't mind sticking to the more material conversation, because that's just as needed as like
Mhm,
the
mhm.
metaphysical, as the spiritual, as whatever. In fact, I often feel like severely, rooted in the physical. I'm a fan of it, bro. Like I love it. That's where the fire it starts. You need rock on rock to create that poof, and so it's just as important. So stocks, bro. I mean, you've given it a lot. Why should people give a fuck about investing in stocks?
Cause it's the path to wealth. It's definitely one of the buckets that you need. You see, the buckets never stop. Okay, you need your stock bucket. You need your crypto bucket. You need buckets. You need buckets. You need buckets. You need buckets. If there's a bucket that you could put out there, put it out there. Because when it rains and when it pours, you're gonna be good. And that's something that's very important in the money flow. And I totally give the money flow a shout out, because like that's something that's very important to understand. And that's something that is essential. Like I really don't know how people don't try to like understand it. But like people don't want to learn nothing new because they're scared. Like everybody wants to be like, oh, I could speak hood and I could talk like a CEO. And I'm just like, have you ever heard a quarterly call? And they're like, no. And then I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, no, you don't. Like, you just a ghetto or dumber person for saying some shit like that. Just be hood, my boy. Like, you ain't gotta try and be something you not.
Hey,
Like,
be
go
you,
hear a
homie.
quarterly call. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, just keep it 100. That's the biggest part to things, and that's definitely the way that I like to keep it. And that's the reason why I like to push the way I like to push.
You know what,
Because
bro? That's actually a form of currency as well. You
mhm.
know, and in my book, one of the heavier forms of currency. Because I mean, you separate kind of like the floating poop from the beautiful fish in the sea in that manner. At least that's one of my like little mechanisms. Like, well, how real are you being? 300? You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah,
50? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it is what it is. But dude, that bucket analogy was fucking dope. You know what I'm saying?
thank you.
You're talking about diversification is what leads to abundance, right?
Yeah.
And fucking maybe I do want to say maybe there's how there's experts in a certain bucket and shit, and that bucket is
Mm.
like it's super fucking it works well for them. I think that's fucking amazing, right? But I would say for more foods like me, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm really not an expert in anything, right? So that thought process in diversifying your assets, I think, was a beautiful example, right, of how when it rains, it will pour, and how ready and prepared are you to catch that rain?
Yeah, yeah, because it's it's a season, it like you want to be out there putting the buckets in the dry weather. Oh shit, I'm not getting rained on, because if you're over there trying to do it when it's raining, it's like, yo, you're gonna fall trying to put the fucking bucket down. Like, a lot of things are happening right now that are crazy in the market. And there's all and real talk. I think that everybody in the crypto space needs to take a step back and really get on their get on their stock market, because those gains that everybody wants to show in the crypto world happen in the stock market. So there's really just a level of understanding that people need to have. And it's like, okay, cool. Let's say you make it, you make a shitload of fucking money with crypto. You hit the lotto. Okay. Same thing, same exact thing. Hitting the lotto and making a lot of money in crypto. What you going to know how to do with it? But if you understand stocks, you understand business, then you're strategically positioned to win the lotto and just completely win. All these things that are in crypto, also in the DeFi space, bro, they're already in the stock market. You know, they're already there. What is it? It's just another new thing that they're putting out there for people's fucking interest. You know, it's like, hey, the crypto, we're everybody's shorting money, but all of a sudden, like, bro, we still got the US dollar and then the crypto market. Like, the fuck? So there's even more money now? Like, how, you know, it's just crazy. You know, it's just crazy. Like, you got a market cap of crypto now that's all the way up here, and then you got a market that's, you know, through the roof also. And this crypto thing didn't even be here before, but like all those things are like serious talk, you know, like staking. With staking, they got, you know, like you can have dividends. You know, do you understand? You feel me? It's all, like, for me, it's all on understanding, bro. You know, for me, it's all on understanding, like being efficient, having what you have and knowing how to use it. It's in, and I feel that the stock market gives you a lot more education on it. It's SEC insured. And, you know, if it's securities, it's all about safety. And I would feel a lot more safer working in the stock market than in crypto. Like 100%. I ain't hating on crypto. Your boy got to ledger. Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, dude, I think you bring up a good point. You know, it's a very interesting position, and I completely respect it, because that's the way, you know, the cookie crumbles, and it's been crumbling for a long time, right? Most wealthy people, right? We're talking about generations of wealth. You know, they haven't had their wealth they don't have the majority of their wealth in crypto. You know, they have their majority of their wealth in, I don't know, say gold, silver, stocks, ETFs, whatever the fuck, you know, index funds, mutual funds, whatever, right? There's a variety of different things that are far more safer, that's still going to allow for their wealth to stick around for different generations in the future, as well as be able to overcome the onslaught of inflation, you know, which seems to pretty much be like a never-ending process. And so that's game. You know what I'm saying? And personally, you know, I have a couple stocks, you know what I'm saying, here and there, but you know, that does help me kind of like broaden the perspective again. You know what I'm saying? And being like,
Yeah.
okay, you know, I've been a big fanboy of this particular technology,
Yeah.
but are you being more emotional, or are you being more logical, right? And I think that the logical step is to, again, you know, take that step back, right? And look at how I can weaponize the tools around me to create that generational wealth, which is, again, to not just be involved with crypto, but also in the world of stocks. So a good question to follow that up is, which platform would you prefer for people to utilize to invest into stocks?
Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim, because it's a big company. You definitely want to go with the best. I don't suggest anybody start trading with real money. On Thinkorswim, you could get an account and they give you $100,000 of paper money. You know, so you're not even using your money. Do 300 trades, practice, and then see what it does. You know, have a journal, have an understanding, watch the quarterly calls. Only deal with the best companies. Also, you don't need to deal with you don't need to look for companies. They're already in front of you. You know, Nvidia, you know, I love Nvidia. I love Tesla, you know, big Tesla fan, you know, Elon Musk, he makes it happen. Then you gotta, I definitely, you know, buckets also, you know, you gotta have your dividend portfolio, you know, you gotta have, you gotta have the knowledge also, you know, go to TD Ameritrade, you know, Thinkorswim, that's who runs it, TD Ameritrade, you know, when I talk on this stuff, I only deal with the best also. You know, that's huge with me. Like, it's only the best, it's only the biggest. And if I bring up something that's out of that, it's because that's the one thing that's coming in with the big guys. like just to throw something crazy out there is this company called Bloom Energy. And Bloom Energy is giving the power to the top companies in the world. They're proving themselves on how good they are in places like Korea. You know, they got all kinds of bloom boxes out there, and it's pretty crazy. Just because, you know, earlier we were talking about like aliens, and you know about the cube, right?
No, I don't actually.
Oh, so there's like black cubes that are just like what's this other fuck, I forgot the name of that movie right now. But there's
Transformers.
Yeah. It's an ancient technology. It's an ancient technology, and this is what I mean, bro. This is what I mean. This is what the fuck I mean. It's already in front of us. Like, if you listen to quarterly calls in the stock market, I could tell you what the world's going to look like. But that's why I want to make a fake news network, because I'm listening to the top companies with trillions of fucking dollars telling you what they're going to do. Okay, it's done. It's done. They have too much power. They have too much influence. It's already the places that we go in and out of every day and give all of our, you feel me? It's a fucking Walmart, it's a Target, it's a gas station, you know, it's all just those big things, you know, like it's Apple, it's Nvidia, you know, it's all these, you know, it's all these big guys that are telling you the way the world's gonna, you know, the way the cookie's gonna crumble. And if you're listening, you're listening. If you're not, you're not. And if you're listening, then you could tell which way things are going to happen, you know. And if you're really paying attention, then you'll be able to make fucking calls, bro, in the market. You know, like, you should have known for a while that the market was going to go down. You should have known that the market was going to be in an uptrend, you know, when it's going to go in an uptrend. And like, having that knowledge is what gives you the ability to get those crypto like gains, you know, where it's just fucking consistent, you know, like bliss, all bliss, you know, you got to be hitting like that, dog, like whichever way it's going, because, you know, that's how you get all the nice shit, you know, that's how you get all the beautiful stuff. And that's what life's all about. And like, it'll give it to you if you listen. And that's the important thing with AI, and that's the important thing with capitalism that I talk about, that it's finally going to come. You know, and the people that are out there in Shanghai, the people that are out there in China, the people that are out there in Russia being suppressed are no longer going to be able to be suppressed no more, because they're going to be able to hear. This is all ancient technology. You can't use it for these whack ass. It's not fucking gunpowder, dog. It's not gunpowder. It's not, bam, look, give me your land, pa. You know, it's that European shit that fucked the whole world up. This shit ain't gunpowder, homie. This shit's silicone, dog. Like, we win, and this shit's next level. That's why it's like, hey, you want to know what? It sucks that those people are going through everything that they're going right now. But once we're able to see that like light of just that, you know, that kaleidoscope of the fucking birth of a star, bro, it's gonna free all those people.
Here's a thought. Do you think that Neuralink is going to create a passageway for that liberation to occur? Because it's kind of creating like that emergence of tech and human.
The more tech you need, the less human you are. If you can fix the fucking problem yourself, Bubba, it's just not in you. Like, die, bro. You know, like, I'm not scared of death. I don't want to romanticize technology either. It's a fucking crutch, you know, like the real like that like Avatar shit, you know, like we are, you know, gifted with the Avatar like world. And I definitely got to go like a lot harder on that. And that's why I could preach like abundance, you know, because it's not like you don't need a house on Malibu to be happy. If it wasn't for this, you know, fucked up, like, you know, capitalism that we have now, you know, like now you're like, yo, bro, like living on fucking Malibu ain't even comfortable, bro. Like, you're gonna, you know, everything's just gonna flow just like a whole lot better, I feel. And I think like us as humans, when we're like, oh my God, is all this like bad stuff gonna happen? It's like, yo, bro, like, we're already on a fucking spinning rock, my boy. Like, let's just keep playing that first foot forward, you know, and just be on that offensive, of bringing like light to all of our situations, not darkening it, because that what if is just, like I feel this is just like weakness, like at the end of the day. And like I like to bark and I like to bite, and I definitely feel comfortable calling it that. It's like, hey, like we're talking about the future, we're talking about the world. Like you can't be like, oh, why is this gonna happen? Well, do we need to put some defense there? Do we need to, like, is there something that we need, like, who got to get clapped out the fucking sequence? You know,
Mhm.
like it just is what it is, at the end of the day, like it is what it is. And it's a lot simpler than that. And that's why I like to push just abundance and strength and positivity, because if it gets like negative or if it gets scary, I'll just get mad, and I don't like to do that. Yeah, so
So,
peace,
so
guys.
how do you, Vicente, keep your colmillos sharp? You know what I mean? What are some tools, some practices that you like to utilize, whether it's daily or weekly, to keep that fang, you know what I'm saying? Um,
Um, Shout out to Jen Panansky. She's gonna be going over to like a news, be on the news. But I like listening to the White House press secretary speak Monday through Friday. Fuck the news, bro. I listen to her talk. Whatever she says, whoever they put in next, whatever that person says is what it is. I don't argue with them. I like to listen to the Fed. If the Fed speaks, I'm listening, taking notes. My notes that I have with the press secretary from the White House. Okay, president's press secretary, most important thing. Second thing is the Fed. The third thing is going to be listening to the quarterly calls of the best companies. Don't go listen to any Joe Blow company. Listen to a real company. That, like, the companies I put out there, bro. It's really, you feel me?
yeah.
Like those guys, see their 5 years, like, oh, what they're going through right now, Bubba. We knew this was coming to them. So if you were able to put the right play, or if you were even able to journal throughout that time, when the next play comes where you're going to be able to go like that, that's when you can capitalize on it. But it's really just a thing of sticking to the process, and really making sure you're just like putting that like paper to pen down, and going through the whole thing. Yeah, White House press secretary, the Fed, and top company quarterly calls. Yeah, interviews, all that good stuff from
So,
those people. Yeah, yeah.
so that's on the finance side, that's on the economic side. But what about more like on the social emotional side of keeping that peace, that inner peace? How do you sharpen up like that?
Listen to that new Bad Bunny, dog. That shit just dropped.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Use
Yeah,
it. Not
yeah,
not real shit.
yeah. Like music, entertainment, just like living life, being connected. Just being able to be around like positive people. I go a lot of cool places. I eat a lot of good stuff. I enjoy my time, and I feel very safe in my situations, and that's something that's very important to have in this world. Yeah, and that's that's something that I feel just like brings me peace, because I do like travel a lot. So it's needed because I'd be on some whole other level shit too. Like I'd be spazzing out, so like I do need that stuff. And but I live like I'm, like, I don't know, like I got that retired ass life, bro. Like I be at the beach all the time, or like traveling all the time. Or like, hey, fool, like where we at? Nah, I don't want to do that. That's boring. Like let's do this instead. And yeah, that's one of the luxuries I have, because that's the type of privileges that you get when you just stick around that right crowd. Like, I don't have any access to these people other than YouTube, but I'm fucking one of the views on there. I'm right there listening. Like, no one's gonna tell me anything about the news or what the fuck's happening in the world, dog. Because I listen to Jen Panansky, bro. Like, I will argue with you. Like, you will not tell me something that's happening in the world if the fucking White House said it happened this way. Because if the White House said it happened this way, like I said, bro, like that's the way it's gonna go down. Like, like you can't fight the fun. Like you really can't. Like you got to go with the flow too. And I'm not saying like oh just surrender to it, but like you got to know like what's really going on, and that's how you'll be able to put out your positivity, because you can't be destructive to them and then expect to win, my boy. You put yourself down. Like you always got to put yourself up. It's like, man, like I'll beat your ass, like, and and just be like no, not like, oh, we're gonna fight and you might hurt me. Like, man, I'm gonna fuck you up. Like you always got to think like that, like you can't be destructive to yourself. And I think that's one of the things that a lot of people are. And I'm not. Like I'm very not destructive to myself. Like, nah, Vicente, don't do that. Yeah.
So I gotta know, bro. Obviously you've been in the game for a minute. You know what I'm saying? In that exploration, in that knowledge, in that seeking of knowledge, hunting of knowledge. But when did it start, bro? When did that journey, if you can remember and go back to that instance that sparked you to just fucking do, you know what I mean? That light bulb that turned on for the first time that said, hey, I need to be hyper aware, hyper conscious, super understanding, knowledgeable, and so on. What was that moment that sparked all of that?
I was like this since I was a little kid, and I used to get in a lot of trouble. So like I'm just used to being in like the principal's office and shit. And like even like ever since I've like worked, I've only been around like the owners. Like I don't be around like the students or the workers, my boy. Like straight the fuck up. Like I'm right there with the bosses, bro, chopping it up. They be like, I'll be working, I'll be working and be like, oh, do you own the place? I'm like, nah, but come over here. We're gonna finish doing this shit right now. Like, just making things happen. And I do feel that like strong need for like ownership. I do have that strong need for control. I do have that strong need to make sure that everybody around me is comfortable, because I know that if somebody's around me and they're not comfortable, I'm not going to be comfortable next. And just being out there like in the real world, and like I'm finally going to be trying to get on all this tech shit, fucking with all this like real world crypto, like building the fucking space out, like building it out, like, hey, like hitting up these cats that are like, like Rick Ross will come there, hey, where all y'all crypto fools at? Like, high key, bro, like a lot of the shit that's right here is because of crypto. Shout out to crypto, dog, getting it too, like, but I'm gonna talk to the guys that are like building it up, that have the, that are like, I read the white papers, dog, like, like I know what's up, so I'm gonna come at them like, hey, you want to know what? My next shit is gonna be a business license with .eth on it. So send me some fucking cheddar. You feel me? Like, yeah, y'all got that little that shit that y'all supposed to send me. So send it to me. Here's my address. Here's my fucking business license. Here's everything like this. Send me, give me a Yelp, give me a Google review, 5-star me everything. I'm in Los Angeles and Orange County. Who else is doing it? And this is all the shit they're talking about. So I'm about bringing it to the real world and just being like, what up, motherfuckers? This is what y'all talking about. Like, come through, we right here. Like what's up with it? Like, you want to work? Go do this, go do that. And I definitely feel that I've just always been like this, because like I've never had to just like blindly listen either. Like, like my parents are fucking gangsters, bro. Like they taught me never just listen to people and do what people tell you. Like you get in a lot of trouble doing that shit. Fuck all that. Like, hey, if they tell you to do it, you don't think it's a good idea, you shouldn't do it. And I take that shit to heart. Like, nah, like, like I'm definitely in need, like I said earlier, those honorary degrees. Cause I never like I elementary school never really did that. Middle school didn't do that like that. High school didn't do that like that. And then I didn't do community college either. So I'm really not like I'm really just like free of the state in a way. And then I have a clean criminal record. Well, I don't have any criminal record. So like I'm clean on that. So like the state hasn't really like penetrated me. So I'm very proud of that. Yeah, yeah. But I need those honorary degrees on the real though. Like I do want to go to school just because like I have kids too, and I want to be like, hey, fucking, go to college and shit. Just because it's about networking. I need to get to I'm going to go to an Ivy League also because I need to network with fucking high level individuals, and that's where they're at. So I'm definitely going to be going to one of these. So it's not going to be an honorary degree from one of them, but they all do need to send one to me. Like I'm going to call them like fucking, bro, I did sales. I'll call them 10 times a day. Where's my shit? Like, I need that. Like, send it because they bullshitting.
I'm gonna tell you why I really appreciate you, bro. You're not so much about the dreams, you're more about the execution. And that makes the biggest difference between just someone who only writes, right? And someone who actually brings like the music to life. And uh, I think that's one of the more like beautiful spells that anyone can live by, because uh, I mean, you ever read music before just on like on a sheet?
I listen to classical music and I like to like watch the composers. So no, but yes. But
Right.
not on a sheet, but on in air, yes.
Yeah. So there's something about bringing what you have in your imagination into creation, whether it's like through painting, whether it's through like authorship, or whether it's like through music, that it's just like so overwhelmingly inspiring, right? Which is why, but then that's the other part, and that's my final point, is
Mhm.
that that's how we all iterate the Nipsey slogans, right? Which is another issue, man, where we've learned to like passively um just become like parrots of life's worst parodies. And in doing so, like we don't even know that we're not where we want to be, but we're so encapsulated by like the propaganda of the media and life and so on, that you're just like, you have no idea that you're a slave to everything that's around you. But we say that we're not, but we are, right? So the simplest solution to that is like execution, execution, execution. And I just wanted to go ahead and bring up that point.
Yeah. That's what gets me excited is execution. Yeah. There's nothing that gets me more excited than just like that fucking, that Jordan where you're just crying with that, that Kobe picture, like where you're just crying, with that trophy, bro. That's definitely something that's a huge plus. But I I I'm looking forward just to this whole journey and just bringing myself out there and putting myself out there in this space, because execution at the end of the day is something that I'm working on every day. Also, it's very it's very challenging to execute when you are consistently changing. Like I am going through so much like metamorphosis and change that to be able to stay on point and stay sharp is definitely something that I am able to like glow because of. But it's a beautiful state, like I call it like floating. I like that, like Schoolboy Q, like that floating, where it's just like you're just floating, like it's not like you're falling. It's you're rising, but it's like a float, and like I consider it just to being like so sharp that it's like, when any wind crosses my fucking sword, it's just like a whistle, and you just hear it on
Mm.
like some Demon Slayer shit, and you're just like cha cha cha, just cutting it up. And that's something that's very next level with it, and definitely like it's a nuance. But I do feel that a lot of people are scared of execution too, because they're scared of not knowing. Like I find it peaceful in me not knowing, like I don't know nothing. Like I'm a fool. I don't know nothing. yo no like, yeah, like you gotta be a real fool. Fuck all the bullshit. Like, I don't know, fool. I don't know. Like, I don't know nothing. Like,
Hey,
you know,
you don't know, but you
yeah.
still be knowing though, you know?
And, yeah, and that's what allows you to learn. You know, that's what allows you to learn, to have that like open ear, have like those open senses. And you know, a lot of people are like closed up. And like I was saying, you know, that's why I'm happy that I'm going to be getting on these spaces, just to show people like, hey, you want to know what? Like, this is the way you do things. You know, like at the end of the day, because you know, you got like all those like TikTok people, you know, that are definitely like pumping just like a whole lot of fast
Content.
fast fixes. You know, we're fast fixes. It's just like, hey, get your fast fix, get your fast fix, get your fast fix. And I'm more like, yo, like read a book, listen to a Q4, only the best companies. Like, you know, very simple, you know, very simple. And then like with my longevity that I'm going to be having, and the additional building that I'm going to be doing, and also the additional help that I'm going to need in order to execute on the next level, because that's what requires for me to do a little bit more community building and socialization is you know, these next levels that I'm going to be hitting on, because I'm looking forward to doing like development, you know, big projects, like not little things. Like, we're over here talking about like crypto and the fucking stock market. Like, bro, we doing it, bro. Like, what's that next level like you know? And that's what I mean by, you know, getting that like Web3 peoples. You know, shout out to all y'all Web3 people that just got fired. Holler at your boy. I got a fucking office right here. Bullshit to the side. All y'all just got fired. Y'all got amazing skills. Go collect that unemployment. Okay, come down here and build the fucking future. Straight up. All y'all Web3 people that just got fired. Y'all the reason that Web3 is gonna blow up, because y'all got fired. So come over here and build the shit straight up. Te invito. You know, that's why I got this office, you know, because that's why it's going to have .eth at the end. You know, fuck it. If y'all got a good plan with fucking SOL, you know, or whatever, you know, what's happening? We get into it. You know, it ain't nothing but a little paperwork, bro. You know, like, let's make it happen, you know, like we're going to have the cameras on like when we do this shit, because I don't know what the fuck's happening either, you know, and this is something why I push that whole like, yeah, get it together in the market first. You know, let's get it together in the market first. That way we really know what business is about. And then when we go talk this crypto shit, we can really get into these people's pockets. Because it's not about me putting my fatty eye in there no more. It's about them breaking me off, because I'm growing it. They had the idea. They wrote the script, nigga. I got the execution, Bubba. Give me the money. That's what it's about. That's what I understood off the white papers. You feel me though? That's what I heard. I said, hey, y'all, so if I do this shit, y'all got me? Give me that. What's happening? You know, I'm building it out. I got my podcast going. I got this shit. You know, like I said, I got all the outlets. You know, this is a commercial space, bro. I got all the fucking outlets. I got fiber optic cable. I got fiber optic fucking.
Jeez,
You know,
my boy's really out there.
Yeah, I'm trying to do this shit, bro. We rolling legit. You know, we got the hello. Like, yeah, we got the shirts, bro. We got all that good shit. 4K, we about to get 6K. We got the wish list, you know, and it ain't a wish list because it's all coming. So I'm just trying to make sure that, like, how right now, you know, I'm building this right here, that it's you know, it's definitely not in a hurry. I'm not trying to fucking Rick Ross it and be in some mansion and be like, yo, like, no, I'm completely in my space. I'm completely comfortable. I would like to speed things up, but of course that needs more people working together. You know, like you said, hey, you know, a team's always going to work faster, and that's what I'm all for it. You know, that's why I'm like, yo, like, doors are open. Let's make this happen. I need to get to this next level. I have the fucking Asus, the badass Asus right here too. We connect to my Wi-Fi, like straight up. I got all the hot shit. That 4K, bro. 4K need to be, yeah. I want to get the 6K shit too, that Black Magic, dog. Be capturing everything, good quality. You know, that's what it's all about. That's how we're going to be bringing our voice into the next level. It's what needs to be heard. Your book, bro, that you're doing, bro. Like, that shit's so amazing. You know, that's why I started following you off top. I was like, yo, this is dope as fuck. This is what's needed in this space. I was so happy to see it. Like, and we need more of that. we need to see your stuff out there, like even more on all different levels, and I just want to give praises to you on that, because that's something that's really big. I feel that's something that the culture really needs. I feel that it's definitely like right. Yeah, bro, shout out to your execution, because you're an author, bro. Thank you. Yeah.
Hey, bro. Hey, we're working hard, bro. We're working fucking hard. We're trying our best, but you know, there's definitely that business aspect that you have like solidified. You know what I mean? Into your
Mm-hmm.
life, which allows you to play, right? To go in the
Yeah.
fucking court and start shooting and shit. And
Yeah.
I think that's the part where me and my homie SGN really gotta like figure that part out. You know what I mean?
Tap in. We tapped in, bro. On
Yeah,
me. Hey,
yeah.
yeah, you know the homie Diego, bro.
Well,
you
I know
know,
a lot of Diegos. Which Diego you talking about?
I was watching the podcast with Diego M.
Mel
last night.
Goza?
Yeah, yeah.
What the
I we
fuck?
work.
You know
Me and him
Diego?
work together, bro. Yeah,
Nah.
yeah. I swear, bro.
Hey, that's my.
Yeah,
Hey, man, me and Diego, bro, we go way back, man, to
yeah.
like middle school and shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like the video that you had, like when you guys like sat down together. But I was like the manager right there, and like when Diego went to the dealership, I was like helping, like with training, and also just because I need everyone to be hitters, bro. Like I would definitely love to, like, help you guys out with whatever. I already got everything going on over here, so it's not something that would be like extra on my plate. It's something that I would appreciate to have on my plate. So I would, you feel me? Like I just got that energy. I'm about real simple execution. It doesn't need to be complicated.
It just
I
has to be a plan.
definitely. Yeah. Real talk. And like whatever vision you guys have, I'm all supportive for it, bro. Like, definitely want to say a huge fan of just the work that you put out with your execution. And if you could, like, use my like sales skill in any way, I like with have you guys put any of those things in so that the libraries can like get your books?
Uh, we haven't reached out to libraries yet. We've reached out to a variety of different bookstores. So independent bookstores can purchase our book.
Uh-huh.
As far as a library, I think a library would also have to purchase it.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
so they would simply have to purchase it from Ingram Sparks. And I mean everybody else can just get it from Amazon, I guess.
Yeah, and I would totally like to see your guys' books and like all like the major libraries, and like, because it's an like I'm not like I definitely have like a lot of other a lot of other reading that I've been doing. I am a consistent reader, so like I don't want to say like, oh, like I got it right here, like physically like that, but I totally like see it, I feel it, like, it's not hard to tell, bro.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
real
yeah.
recognize real, bro. So like,
No doubt,
I
no
ain't
doubt.
gotta, yeah, I ain't gotta go all the way on something like that. But yeah, no, I would definitely yeah, I'd be more than happy to help out with anything that I can help out with. And I definitely, like, I have the execution, so it's just like the things that I say or the time that like I allocate actually gets done. And that's something that's definitely missing in like a lot of people. And I just want to give a huge shout out to the the Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. Have you read that book?
Outing of the Devil? No, I've only been exposed to Napoleon Hill's. He wrote that book where
Uh-huh.
he was giving
Think and
out.
Grow Rich.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where he was studying businesses and basically giving out their game, right?
Yeah, Think and Grow Rich. So
That
Think and Grow Rich was written by Napoleon Hill way back in the day. I do suggest you read the first edition. Okay. If you read the updated edition, throw it away. Read the first edition. The first edition is going to have the ancient knowledge in it that they took out when they revised it. You don't want to hear what somebody else had to say. You want to hear what Napoleon had to say. So the first edition. He also wrote this book, and it was barely let out in 2011. And if you got 5 minutes, just listen to the first 5 minutes in audiobook, and you'll like definitely be more accountable by the end.
And you're talking about Think and Grow Rich, the first edition.
Yeah. If you're gonna read Think and Grow Rich, read the first edition. Don't read another edition. You know, it's first edition. If not, it's trash. You didn't read the book. You know, because it's Think and Grow Rich, bro. Like you can't take Napoleon Hill out of it. As soon as you put somebody else in it, it's not him no more.
Matter of fact, bro, did you put Diego on that shit? Did you put Diego on that book?
I don't know, but I always do like suggest. I've always been like reading. I'm pretty sure he would be able to tell you better than me. But yeah, no, that fool's a go-getter, bro. I remember he was ready to sell all the cars on the lot. Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
like that's one thing I think that he and I respect each other on, is like knowing how hungry, you know, like we're just hungry, bro. Like, you know, that deep desire to go fucking tackle that gazelle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel that so deeply in like my genetics, bro, where I like, and that's one of the primary reasons, bro, why as much as I love, you know, my current job, I feel like I gotta leave the nest in a sense, you know, like it's grown a sense of comfort that I fear, you know, like I'm actually like, nah, fool, like you're getting real comfortable, you know what I'm saying? Getting a little lazier, the game is slipping, right? And that's not who I am, bro. Like I want to wake up every day and be like, this is the fucking challenge that I gotta just fucking crush, you know? Like that's what every day needs to feel like for me, in order for me to just feel like a man, you know? Like
that book, bro. That book. I feel like you'll capture my energy like when you trip out on that book, because
I'm gonna check it out, and it has to be first edition. I'll check it out, bro. Trust. I be reading books, man.
Yeah, but the audio book for Outwitting the Devil.
You said outing the devil?
Outwitting.
Yeah,
it was released in 2011.
So you want me to hear the audio of outwitting the devil?
Outwitting.
And you said just the first chapter?
The first 5 minutes, just hear like the first 5 minutes on the audio book, and then like I'll just like take a break, bro. Because it's about accountability, bro. You know, how are you who then you'll understand, like, fuck, that's why I talk about abundance the way I do. Straight up, you know, that's why I talk about that shit the way I do. That's why I talk about the Fibonacci, because the Fibonacci is a whirlwind. You know, the Fibonacci is the whirlwind that he talks about. And that shit is something that's very powerful. And once you like understand that, like I go to church every fucking Sunday also. I just want to throw that out there, because it is a very heavy book too. You know, that's why I say listen to the first 5 minutes and then take a step back, because you can be like, boy. But like I said, at the end of that shit, like if you ain't gonna be accountable to really, you know, like take it to that next level, like, you know, it's just it's kind of like surrender. Yeah.
Bro, you know, that's accountability is a different word for discipline, you know. And Jocko's one of those fools that really like try to put that into my head, you know, like discipline equals freedom. And dude, I've been working on my discipline, bro, like real shit. At least when it comes down to like having a routine, like a physical routine. And it's so true, bro, that, well, for the majority of the part, for most humans, working out, as hard as it is the simplest form of self-accountability versus like the more internal ones, right? Where you're trying to fix the inner self, the inner child, those deep fucking emotional wounds and our traumas. That shit's way scarier. You know what I'm saying? Like the discipline that we need in order to fucking solve the inside is like 4 tiers beyond working out. And I don't say that in a bad way. I say that in a good way for those who have mastered right? These different levels, and just being like, well, I think I'm at this level, you know, where I think I've finally mastered like disciplining to some degree
Yeah.
my body, because I feel like, you know, women are still like fucking I'm just like fuck, you know, like I don't have full control over my desires, but I do control the way that I go about it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, that's
but,
important.
but this one, it's still like bah! You know what I'm saying? But regardless, you know, accountability, discipline, you know, these are the things that make us more resistant, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Big facts. Yeah, but that's definitely a trippy book, and I think that's part of the stuff that comes down to just the execution of everything, you know. And yeah, dude, I definitely appreciate you reaching out to me, bro. I really appreciate that. I appreciate just the time that you're giving me on your space. I look forward to tapping in with you and your partner in the future. And just really, just helping, like I said, just to collaborate, because that's what, that's what brings the art to life. And yeah, I got some I definitely got some pretty cool just ideas also, so when like I hear you guys out which way you want to go with it, I'm just about like pushing it forward, it's like,
No,
hey,
for
like
sure. Hey,
like 10x that shit, like I love your idea, it's great, you feel me, I'm cheering for you, but let's do it even more, and then it comes to the execution part, but on that, because of that, like that, I look forward to just tapping in, just with the world with, it's definitely going to be going that way, man.
facts, bro, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
as much exposure as I can give. That's one thing that I don't mind, bro. It's like sharing. I may not have a lot, but that's part of my abundance. Is the sharing um, of my love. You know, which is so open. It's so, grand, and you multiply it. You know what I'm saying? By
That's
sharing
beautiful.
it, you
Mhm.
multiply it. Um, bro, I know you watch Lex Friedman, so I gotta ask
Yeah.
you. I gotta ask you a very Lex Friedman question. I'm pretty sure you see it coming. Um, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of that brother, and
Mhm.
he's really inspired me to continue this show and so on and so forth. But anyways, he often asks the very small question of what is the meaning of all of this? What is the meaning of life?
To be happy, to do more, to be efficient, to really just find a level of efficiency in one's life. Mhm.
Wonderful. The last one, which is also very Lexi. If there's some young fools watching the show right now that made it all the way through, uh,
That's right.
one practical piece of advice, what would it be?
Don't let no one get you down. Don't let no one get you down, fool. Straight up. Like, don't let no one get you down. Don't let nobody out there try to like step on your toes and act like they're bigger than you, or they're better than you, or they know more than you, or anything like that. Those are the people that ain't gonna do nothing for you. The people that are like really winning are going to try to do the most for you and try to put you in the best position. So don't let the people that would be trying to get you down get in your way. Like, see the world as something that wants to push you up, because the universe is ever expanding. And like, don't be a sucker, bro. Like, be a fool and let them know, that you do have it. Like, have that confidence, have that pride, have that ability to learn, and that's the practical advice I would just give right there.
Be
Yeah,
sucker free.
that's
Yo,
right.
Vicente Rosales, the businessman, the critical thinker, the father, the philosopher. Man, thank you, man, for posting up with the homies real quick. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
It was fun, bro. It's a real true honor. Um, to be able to just dialogue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was a real treat. Family, make sure you guys tap in with Vicente. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how open your DMs are, but hit the brother up.
Yeah, yeah. Hit me up. I'm about to hop on the podcast I'm just in testing with. You know, that's why I'm like, yo, bro, like, you know, I was like getting this thing like set up, and I'm like, damn, you know, I still got to make so many changes to mine. So to tap in with it, Bridge Talk on YouTube, on IG, I'm Rosales Vicente. Yeah, yeah, to tap in, and you know, I definitely yeah, yeah, if you got any questions, anything like that, you know, as long as it's positive, you know, I'll definitely you know, be one to match that energy. Yeah, but good talking to you, bro.